Hello and welcome to today's video. We're going to continue the semifinals preview with part 3, which is going more in depth on the champion pools of these players left by role. The champions are listed in pink. You may not be able to read them, in which case um, it is, when you're doing a video like this and you're literally doing it as you go, you don't really realize how much space you may or may not need. I have a lot of empty space down here, but we do not rewrite the board. So, we got simply the champion names in pink, and then green X's to signify who played what. This is in part due to yesterday's video, and in my opinion, I was not very clear on what teams are facing in terms of bans, and frankly, I think we should look at it this way instead. More so, what are these teams playing thus far? And then listed down below, we have a handful of champions that have been banned out against certain teams, and those players haven't had an opportunity to even play them due to this, or at the very least, haven't played them in the spots they were up. So, in top lane, we have the smallest champion pool, champion meta thus far. What do we have here? 8 champions played: Rumble, Aurora, Renekton, K'Sante, Gnar, Jax, Gragas, Camille. Nothing else being played in top lane at this tournament between these 4 teams, which is pretty, how do we put this? Stale. Everybody's played Rumble, everybody's played Gnar and Jax, Gragas and Camille, both specials from Zeus. We have Aurora being played by Keen. However, Aurora has been banned against BLG and Weibo quite a bit, one of the most banned champions against them. And although it's been picked in mid lane by those teams, it has not been picked in top lane. And we'd like to think Bin, at the very least, would probably excel on that champion. Nothing unique, though, out of Keen's champion pool, really. I mean, Keen and Breathe played Renekton, and no one else did. The other 2 did not. So, top lane, very bland. Jungle role, very deep. We have Nocturne, Maokai, Skarner, Nidalee, Sejuani, Vi, Wukong, Xin Poppy, Kindred, Ivern, Brand, Morgana, and Amumu. So some uniqueness going on here. We have Poppy being played by Owner. Only Owner has played Poppy in the jungle. However, Poppy has been banned heavily against Weibo, and maybe Tarzan would play it if given an opportunity. In terms of uniqueness out of BLG's duo, so Wei and Shun, they played Kindred. The other 3 have not. And then Tarzan, a very wide champion pool utilized in the jungle. He's the only one to play Ivern out of these 4. Mumu, Brand, and Morgana into Vi. Maybe we see that this week against BLG, a team that likes to play Vi. Both junglers did, but maybe he picks Morgana into it once more, and the team catches a game, gets a game because of that. I mean, at this point, they should be prepared if you're BLG for that, but Tarzan is the one willing to play it. Everybody played Skarner, and that's the only one of the 4 champions, actually. The only champion that every one of the 4 junglers has played. A couple played Nocturne, Maokai, and Canyon and Tarzan. They also are the only 2 to play Nidalee. Vi and Wukong and Xin played by only Owner and one of the BLG duo. So, a little wider champion pool in the jungle. Mid lane, Ari, Smolder, Yone, Kassadin, Silas, Tristana, Nico, Galio, Orianna, Aurora, Jace, LeBlanc, and Lucian. So, some uniqueness. Aurora has been banned heavily against gen.g. Keen has played it. However, Chovy has not. And Orianna has been banned against Faker, and he hasn't played it yet. Which is definitely a strong tell there, if you will. Some champions all 4 of the players played. Ari and Yone. Uniqueness. Chovy willing to play Kassadin and Smolder. Nobody else in mid lane has played those 2. In terms of Faker, he has nothing that's truly unique played at this tournament. Of course, Faker's played everything. Excuse me. Knight has played Jason LeBlanc, and then Zhao has played Lucian. Those are unique picks by them. Silas has been played by everybody but Xiaohu, which is interesting. It's always interesting when you have 3 of 4 because that means somebody is not feeling it in terms of the meta. I mean, hell, in jungle, Sejuani is like that. Sejuani is picked by everybody but Tarzan at this event. And then in the case of top lane, everybody but Zeus has played K'Sante, which is a surprise because K'Sante is usually such a comfort pick for top laners. Bot lane, Kalista, Ashe, Kai'Sa, Varus, Twitch, Jinx, Xayah, Ziggs, Jhin, Draven, Caitlyn, Misfortune, and Ezreal. So some uniqueness. Pays, only one to play Varus and Twitch. That's not to say Guma can't play Varus. He could, but he hasn't. So maybe he doesn't like it that much in its current state. Ziggs, a big pick by gen.g as well. In the case of Guma, he's the only one to pick Draven. In the case of Elk, he has no unique picks, and neither does Light. So that's something to note. In terms of which champion's been played by all 4, Ashe is the only one that everybody has played at this event. In terms of outliers, Elk has not played Kalista. Light has not played Xayah. Pays has not played Jhin. So those 3 champions being played by 3 of the 4 remaining people in those roles. Support: Leona, Renata, Maokai, Nautilus, Braum, Rakan, Nico, Bard, Pyke, Rel, Poppy, Alistar, and Lux have been picked. In terms of uniqueness, Lehens has played Maokai. Nobody else has played Maokai support in the support role. Keria, Nico, Bard, and Pyke are unique. Rel was picked by An. However, Rel has been heavily banned against gen.g, so if Lehens wanted to play it, he hasn't really found an opportunity that suits him. And then Lux has been picked by Crisp. Nobody else played Lux. When Guma Keria played Caitlyn, they played Bard alongside it. Some weird stuff. So, well, not weird, but just differences. Everybody's played Leona and Renata, but 3 people played Rakan. Lehens is the only one to not play it thus far at this tournament. So that's something quite interesting. Just kind of looking at these champion pools here, and honestly what shocked me the most, just as we did this video, and I said, wow, the top lane, only 8 champions. Like, that is super small. I would say that's stagnant. It's stale. You could make that case. But then again, these other roles, I think that there is, variety for sure, especially in the jungle role. That whole APC deal didn't really pan out in the AD carry role, huh? Everyone thought that it would just be mages all over the place in bot lane, and it did not end up being the case. Hell, we're not even seeing like Senna paired with bot lane, mages or anything. So, not quite as strong as years ago when it did come through, though, right? So that is a thing. Comment down below which champions you think might be picked that haven't been picked yet, or if there will be changes by these players going into this week. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, like it. Subscribe to the channel for daily League of Legends content. Follow me on Twitter, join the Discord, become a YouTube supporter, and hope to see you again tomorrow.